We good?
This is called avoidance strategy.
This is time well spent.
I'm just kidding.
This really is important time, because what we found at the other boot camp is that people had their pre-aha moment, that breakthrough. They had the precursor to that in these events when they heard somebody else. Not when they heard Michael, myself, or some of the other leaders talking, but someone just like them saying, here is my struggle, here's what happened to me, and they go, oh, and that cued them for their aha moment. So this part of boot camp is as important as anything else that we do, including the work itself. I just want to say, I think I hear in the way that you're talking that you're starting to catch the boot camp vision. It's not about what you do. I like what you said, Michael. It's not about the something that you do. It's that you're doing something, right? It doesn't matter if you're doing phone calls or door-to-door, or going out in the marketplace and handing out stuff, or going to businesses. The fact is, I'm quite certain that every person in here will do 10 to 100 times more this weekend than you would have done had you not been here. Is that pretty safe to say?
Absolutely.
That's the beauty of boot camp. Now, what if you get somebody into the business and you could get them into an environment like this right away? How would their perception be? They're not going to have this time on their own to fail. How many of us have failed and failed and failed and failed? I failed for 10 years in network marketing before I saw any huge results. I mean, I just kept going. I was a glutton for punishment, And, I wish there was something like this that would have captured me and allowed me to express myself and my talents in a way that I was comfortable with. But I was exposed to one method, one way of doing things, and it just didn't fit me. For 10 years, it didn't fit me. And so this boot camp thing is really designed to accentuate the genius that's there, not the genius that's from the leaders. No, I know you guys appreciate this. I'm not disparaging leadership because we need it. But the true genius, I have always felt, is in the field. And the greatest ideas, the greatest messaging, the greatest things that we're going to come up with that are going to make us that billion-dollar-plus company are not going to come from the leaders, quite honestly. It's going to come from somebody just like you saying, I went out, I did this, and I said this. You said what? And a leader's going to go, well, you said what? Come up here and say that again.
Right.
And everybody's going to go, oh, I like that something.
Yeah.
That's a really good something. And then the next time the leaders go, I had this idea to say this something. No. The old saying, the first time I give you credit for it, the next time I say a great person always says, the next time I always say. So I commend you for having faith to make this happen and to do this and to continue. I promise you that today, at the end of the day, and tomorrow when you stand up here, you're not going to be the same person tomorrow standing up here that you were today. You're not the same person today that you were yesterday. Is that true? Didn't it affect you? Didn't it give you a slightly different perception of yourself and your capabilities? Tomorrow's going to be even better, and the next day even better. It's just the nature of this thing. So I commend you, but more than that, I commend you for plowing a path for other people. As you get this boot camp thing moving, and you get the I'm a Champion days, the mini versions of a boot camp going, you're always going to have something that a brand new person can plug themselves into. And they're not going to have all this failure that we've all had to go through time and time again. They're going to find something from you or from you or from you or you or you. They say, oh, I get that. I like that. I'm running with that. And they found their mojo, and they're going to run with that. And that's the beauty of it. But there is training. See, it's hard for leaders to train all things to all people because you got to specialize in this business. You really do. And but it's hard to teach all these things as one or two or three people, but the genius from the group. We call it crowdsourcing. When you have this crowdsourcing, this pooling of ideas, it really changes how your business looks and how quickly you can adapt and grow and become a huge market. So I believe, and I hope that you believe, that if you keep this up, all of Lancaster will know about LifeForce very quickly. All of Lancaster will know about the weight loss, the Be New program very quickly. And you're going to just blow this market wide open with this. So I commend you for that. I was asked to explain this. How many of you have these cards or know about these cards? How many of you have struggled with using these cards? Please be honest, raise your hand, it's okay. This business card this commitment card I designed to help people overcome the barrier between sampling product and sampling business. How many of you have read this? Please raise your hand high so I can see pretty much everybody. Some haven't. Let me just read it very quickly. This looks like a card that you would get if you were sampling a product because it has product on the front of it, correct? The biggest challenge that new networkers have is we live in a consumer culture. And to be a consumer, to buy something, you have to have somebody on the other side of the table that wants to sell something, right? And we tolerate salespeople, but we have patterns in our brains. How many of you drove here today, drove a car, many thousand-pound vehicle going very fast? How many of you got here and maybe thought, I don't remember actually driving here? Do you ever have that happen?
Oh, yeah.
You go, I just drove 20 miles. I remember a few things. I don't remember putting on the brake. I don't remember putting on the throttle. Somehow that's because your brain functions in patterns. It always is looking for a shortcut because you can't, every time you do something, rethink it every single time. It's impossible. You survive because your brain creates patterns. And the problem with patterns, the good thing is that we can do things without having to think about it. We can learn to play an instrument, and it's not like the first time every time. All kinds of wonderful things about patterns. The challenge with patterns is we fall into them, and it makes it difficult to learn new behaviors and new ways of thinking. And one of the biggest challenges we have in our culture with network marketing is that we are a consumer culture. We love to buy things. That means somebody makes money selling things, and we know that. And so when we go out and we hand out samples, we very quickly, without knowing it, fall into people's patterns of thinking that we're there to sell them a product. And if that's what their brain picks up about you, you lose. It's very difficult to take somebody from a product-oriented purchaser into a business builder. It's a tough challenge. Just a slight change in the way that you present yourself and your product will change their perception of you. They'll categorize you into a different pattern, a different file in their brain, and they will see everything you're saying differently. I could do some card tricks for you here. I won't do them, but I can prove to you that you have patterns. I can do some things that will make you think, I won't give away my secrets, but I can make you think that you saw things that I know for a fact that you didn't see. But magicians know how to make you think you saw things that you didn't see. It's because we know that you have patterns in your brain. Okay, so this is a little magic trick right here. Everybody can use it. I'm going to read this to you. This looks like you're giving me a free sample and that you're just a typical product sampler. It looks like you're just somebody trying to sell me a product. But when you give me this, if you will take the time to let them read it, and when they go home and read it, even if you blew it and still made it look like you were sampling products, this is going to convince them that you're a business person offering a business plan and not, or business opportunity and not just product. The simple sample system. Turn free samples into financial freedom. Right there. What's that going to do to somebody? They think you're there to sell them product. If they read that, just the opening line, they're going to wonder. That's all you got to do is get them to be curious. Like, hold on, I thought you were selling me products. You're breaking their pattern. Sea vegetables and aloe. Well, sea vegetable and aloe wellness technology. Sustainably harvested, potent, with fantastic taste. No retail selling. What are you talking to me about selling? Aren't you selling me something right now? No, I'm not selling you anything. I'm talking to you about a business. See, this is all designed to raise questions, not give answers. The mistake that we often make as new network marketers is we think that we're selling something and we're supposed to give information. We're not. We're supposed to create curiosity. You need curiosity on your side. If you give them all the answers, I have no reason to talk to you again. I got everything I need to know. No, thank you, I'm not interested. They think they know what you offered them. This is designed to raise questions. No retail selling. Inspires smiles and wellness. with your free samples. What are you talking to me about here? Create passive income, generous residual passive income compensation plan. Ooh, what is residual passive income? Certified training, earn while you learn. Hold on, I thought you were going to talk to me about getting training, and you're saying I get to earn while I learn. What is that? What am I giving information, or am I raising questions? What kind of questions am I raising? Product questions or business questions? Business questions. I want business questions because I know they're trying to file me into this Costco, Walmart, grocery store sampling person that's just giving you free samples so I can sell you product. I know that's where their brain's trying to file me because they've had it happen so many times. And this whole thing is designed to resist that filing of your business. Plug and play business, create income today with our fast start system. What is that? Personalized support, manufacture and trained leaders support and advise you every step of the way. And then the bottom one says, feel free to learn more. Okay, so the whole thing, do you think I'm sampling product right there?
No.
Well, I'm resisting that filing cabinet of yours. You're trying to pull that drawer out and stick me in because you think you know what I'm talking to you about. And listen, it's so deeply ingrained into our culture to be a consumer and to think the other person is just trying to sell me something that they think I want. And it's so easy to fall into that when you start handing out samples. Okay, this side, the simple sample system. That's what we're really selling is the simple sample system. That's the title of the card. Owning your own business feels so good. Okay, so now I'm talking about the business again. I am offering you a fun, simple, and profitable business model called the Simple Sample System. We start by giving product samples to friends and then helping them get their products free for life. Again, I'm creating curiosity. Some will want to start their own businesses too, which makes you even more money. To make this program a win-win for everybody, we ask that in return for your free samples, you do 3 simple things. Enjoy our life-changing product Body Balance, in the future be the B-New system, as recommended on the label. 2, view a brief video and information online within 24 hours. The links are sent by email or text. The reason why I do that is because you are not in control until you get their information. Well, can you tell me what it is now? That's what I'm going to send you. Go ahead and fill this out and I'll email it to you. Or I'll text it to you. Or once I get the information. You want to confirm that what the information they give you is real. Because some people, quite honestly, will not give you the real phone number and they will not give you the real email address. And if you have a phone and you can text that link to them, do it right there in front of them. And if it doesn't ding their phone, oh, you didn't get that? Maybe I got your number written down here wrong. What was that number again? Now they're going to give you the real number, right? They don't want that ding to embarrass, they don't want that absent ding there anymore. Let's see. So then the third one is allow us to follow up, answer your questions, and benefit from your helpful feedback. Does that sound intimidating? No. So then it's just collecting the information. This card is to help new people get good at sampling the business. If you just study this card and the messaging on this card, you will get good at using products as a prop to sample your business. If you don't, you're likely to fall into a category that you've been trained your entire life, a pattern to just sample products and look for customers. And once you let somebody into that file, it's hard to get them out of that file. And they might have been the greatest business person in the world for you if you just would have sampled the business instead of sampling the product. Does that help make this? So learn to use it. I would say struggle to. I'm not saying this is the thing that you should use, but make sure you're sampling the business with whatever you're doing. Yes?
Question, on that card, we keep the card because we have the information, but they also need the card. So
Well,
how do you
do that?
I don't have a fancy
Well,
smartphone.
I get it.
Vintage.
Take it and you take a picture of it, or you have to do 2 of them.
Okay.
You could let them read this and then take it back from them and say, I'm going to send you the information. Or if you're using your boxes and your bags, they've got information in there already, right? So you could take this back, but you could give them an extra one if you wanted to collect this and just make sure you put down the day and the time that you're going to meet. That would be the most important thing. Like, So if you do keep the one that's completely filled out, make sure that you give them one that says the follow-up day and time, so that they have that as a reminder of when you're supposed to call them. So there's, well, I didn't know. Well, okay, well, it's right there in your card. So,
Thank you.
yeah, great
I
question.
think the best thing is, just, when they fill it out, just give them another card. I mean, it's not that expensive.
They're 10 cents a piece, so
They're
they're
10
not
cents a piece,
expensive at all.
just give them another card.
I put 200, I'm just trying to figure out how to use them.
That's it.
Yeah, I agree.
I would leave it with them because of all the things that he just went
Yeah.
over that, they may reread or.
Good
Absolutely.
information on.
Tanya, did you have something?
Yeah, I use 2 cards. All my bags, I put one in and I pre-filled it out with my information.
Oh, good idea.
So I already had it in the bag because we're making them fill out the form on the clipboard, and I'm not gonna make them fill out
Another one.
that. So I already have one pre-made with my information and a business card, and then, I don't use one, I'm just using my clipboard.
Yeah.
Now, I would have put more effort into making this more systematic, but I knew we were going to a weight loss program and that card is going to change.
Right.
But in the future, what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to go to Vistaprint, take a picture of yourself, if you want a picture of yourself, put it on I'll show you my card, maybe if somebody reminds me. But I've got my picture on there and a little bio of myself, just something, why I'm doing this business, what I'm up to.
Before and after picture.
Well, you could do that with a weight. Great idea, Michael. And then on the back, it already has your information. I could set this up as a template with Vistaprint, and you could order it and just put in your own information so that you have it on every single card. But I knew it was changing to the weight loss, so let's not get people locked into a system that we know is going to disappear in a
Make sure
another
you
month
get
or
that
two.
to us so we can forward it to the people then.
Yeah.
Will
Okay,
those
good.
still be available though?
Well, sure, we can still make this available. Yes.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of these extra guys. I
Because
bought
we're gonna
like,
be sampling the business still.
yeah. I have 10 or
Right.
20 packs out
It's still
there.
gonna be the same, it's just a different product. then.
Yeah, you'll
Right.
still sample the business with the Be New
Right.
program, the weight loss. We'll just have different messaging on the front. So that's it for me.
Well, okay,
Okay.
what do you want him to do? Get some motivation?
Yeah,
Okay,
get us ready to go.
I do have some, housekeeping things, cause we're not